So hey everyone, welcome back to ThinkHub. I am Daksh, your host and host of this series Beyond the Headlines. And you are watching episode number 81 of this series. And you all know about me. I am a student at IIT Jodhpur, pursuing Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. I am currently working on a project which you can see on my GitHub link. I will share my GitHub account in below description box, so you can just watch that. And I'm just currently working on that. So yeah, in today's episode, we would be covering three most important news. Two from South China Morning Post, and one from the Hindu newspaper. So yeah, without wasting any further time, let's get started with the intro. So the first news is that the Chinese J-36 fighter jet designers report danger of military AI hallucinations. So basically, contest is generated artificial intelligence model can defy. Basically, what I'm gonna say is that LLMs, that is large language models, are expert in intelligence work and able to quickly mine key data and analyze the weapon's performance. Task that once took analysts huge amounts of time and effort. But engineers at China's have used, what have they used? They have used the design developer of People's Liberation Army backbone J20 and next generation I. This is the way. So basically, what they does in the paper published on it, they have said that AI models can now invent aircraft specifications like length, payload, weapons, speed, combat radius, and get radar scan ranges and frequently bends wrong. So this can be or wrong. AI can invent this, but and the frequency bands wrong. These all things can be AI can invent. And the so-called hallucination is fair, where models produce plausible but false output. Someone what is hallucination is suppose 2 plus 2 we are expecting 4, but it's sometimes answering output is 4 and sometimes 5 and sometimes 4.5. So this is something we call hallucination, and where the models produce plausible but false outputs could have severe consequences in high stakes low RR world of dominance. You can just read it. And the Zhang's work was published in Information Studies, Theory of Applications and all. According to the paper, every fighter jet begins with a deep understanding of enemy and the battlefield. And basically, they must also consider how large the no escape of their air missiles is. Basically, this is all about missiles and all. We do not have the if you are focusing on only AI. So here the news is basically the AI can now build the AI artificial artifacts for what we say aircraft. You can see where it is. So yeah, AI can models can prepare aircraft specifications, so they can, but this is the main line. But here large language models are really trained on authoritative military sources. So large level, they are telling about the story of large level models, and real world incident have occurred in this. And you can see that according in his paper also, Zhang has suggested several ways to cut AI hallucinations. So basically, first thing in this news is AI can invent aircraft, machinery and all. But AI can also hallucinate. So in the paper, Zhang has suggested several ways to cut this AI hallucinations. Feed models and trusty defense data and build searchable knowledge bases for reference, write clear and specific prompts, and use cross-checking through AI debate. So this is all they are using. And he also called for the promotion of safer and more efficient and more reliable applications of large language model, that is LLMs, in defined technology intelligence. So passionate about, if you are passionate about science, so you can just deep dive into it after just clicking on this link. So if you are passionate about this robotics machine. Now moving towards the second news is about that Shanghai lays out plan to boost digital economy, catch up with Beijing and Shenzhen. So basically, government will accelerate the use of blockchain, which is used in AI, and build AI infrastructure in line with national mandate. So what I gonna show you is Shanghai has issued plans to boost its digital economy by doubling down on sectors including blockchain, technology, and AI infrastructure. In the next new 5-year plan for building digital Shanghai, The municipal government said on Wednesday that it aimed to promote the use of blockchain financial technology across various fields and all. So increasingly, the blockchain adoption was only the mandatory target among 11 concrete goals laid in Shanghai's new plan, but yeah, it uses also in that common phase. The plan clarified. The plan was the fundamental role of blockchain. So basically, it's talking about the blockchain. In artificial intelligence, there is a term of blockchain. So they are just talking. I'm just have less knowledge about this blockchain, but yeah, I will definitely tell you in more future after 1 to 3 months what are the blockchain, and I can make a particular video on the blockchain also. But yeah, in this video, the blockchain in this news, the blockchain's talk is there, and Shanghai was among the handful of cities that could assume the responsibilities and the role of being a hub in national blockchain network. And Shanghai has also vowed to build a solid digital intelligence foundation. They have also built a solid digital intelligence foundation. So it's a basically a huge news. And the city, for instance, pushed for intelligent computing centers. They are pushing for intelligent communication centers across the district like Pondong, Dinsha. You can just read it. Nah, my pronunciation is not good in this Chinese terms. So the eastern Chinese country is racing with other areas to boost its digital economy. So how they will boost their digital economy? Through blockchains and all. So that's the whole conditions by them. So they have asking their, they have analyzing, and they have across their GDP by 2020, it should be 20% higher than its regional growth. So that's what they are thinking. So let's see what happens. This news will go follow on more years and years till 2030, and they are thinking 20. What China's policymakers said in March that they expected the nationwide overall digital economy to account 12.5% of country's GDP. So they want that the digital economy should be 12.5% of country's GDP. They have in March they have said this. So and and of its 20% of its growth, so by 30. That's the thinking of it. So that's the way of using this news. Now moving towards the third news. So third news is that reforms at NDA must be enduring, says Supreme Court. So Supreme Court, you all know this NEET paper and NTA National Testing Agency have been using, have make papers like JEE, Joint Entrance Examination, JEE Mains, and NEET. So basically after this NEET, what we say, NEET examination, cancellation of NEET examinations, and then re-NEET examination. So they have just highlighted some forms. Like first point is that the reforms must be carried forward and not be knee-jerk reaction. What does knee-jerk is? Catastrophe means something like just doing the work and not just doing the work but also not doing the work. What does this knee-jerk means? Just pushing your knee. Suppose this is your knee, so knee done. That's done. Uh, if you want to do that, do that. If you don't want to do that, leave it. So this should be not there. The reforms might be carried forward, just forward. The Supreme Court has said, and court also questions the center, hoping for panel to panel. They want panel to panel discussion and discarding previous findings in its wake. And also petition said that 2026 leak, the need leak, was a part of recurring system failure. So it was a part, the part, the given the heading is given recurring system failure of NTA in conducting NEET. So it was a recurring system failure in the NEET examination, and there are some structural solutions also given. You can just see it in this box. Let me just highlight it. Yeah, so this box, I guess it's not showing you, sorry. But yeah, I can zoom it if I can possibly. Just a minute. No. So this works, na? This structural solution, a seven-member committee formed in 2024 under ISRO's former chairman K. Radhakrishnan. Also, there was some reference structure. That first seven-member committee was formed in 2024, and the center has also constituted a task force chaired by the Infosys co-founder. And Justice PC Narasimha, who is a Supreme Court judge, has said clear things. It should not be a community gives recommendation. The community should not give a recommendation. Then a new community is formed which removes the old one in log, stock, and barrel. So it should not be that if someone is community recommending, so just in place of that we are bringing new community, and they are also just removing the old one and lock and stock and barrel. So this should not be there. This is the reform Supreme Court want from NTA despite of this neat leak paper. So I guess, yeah, just a minute. So yeah, that's for all for today's episode. Let us take the glimpse of three news. So first news was that AI is also building aircrafts and all, but there are some AI hallucinations. So to cut that, there are some points given in the news. And in the second news, we found that Shanghai has lays out plan to boost their digital economy. Uh, they are just focusing on their digital economy, so they have to boost their digital economy. So there are some factors and some points which were noted in the news, and they want to increase their they want to increase their digital economy. And third news, there were some reforms from NTA that Supreme Court wants. So that was the three news for today, and we have taken the exact what we deep down into that, and we just found some important key takings from each news. So that's all for today's episode. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing to ThinkHub for more news, AI, and learning content. I will see you in the next video lecture. Until then, keep learning and stay curious.